Your mind and body work best when they are on the same team, but it's challenging to keep your mind focused on one thing at a time. There's so many ways that you can get distracted, and sometimes it can affect your physical performance. For some people, there is no room for giving in to any distractions because it can mean the difference between life and death. My name is Dr. Tom Naro, creator of MyPT, and it's my mission to lead others to better health through movement and wholeness. Now, to do that, help me do that today is my friend Shion Randy Haskins. Hi, Shion Haskins. How are you today?
All right, how you doing, sir?
Awesome, thank you. I'm very honored to have you as a guest here. So before we get into a few questions, I just want to give our listeners a little bit of background. Now, we first met when I was a student at Springfield College, and you were teaching a karate class through the school, and that was 2003. I started studying karate under you, and it really opened my eyes to what real martial arts and martial science really is true fighting. And this is from me coming from a background doing Taekwondo, which is a sport, and then learning a new way of self defense that is practical and actually tried and true. So, your skills, your superpower, and your control of your mind is extraordinary to say the least. You have over 40 years of training studying martial sciences. You were former military police and retired corrections officer. So you've taken the essence of self-defense and you had to use it like for your job. So it's really clear that what you do, what you teach, what you practice is legit and is the heart of what some martial science programs are lacking these days. So I was hoping that you will be able to provide us some insight and value to people who either study martial sciences today, or maybe that's not something they're into. I think there's some value where the trainings that you offer not only apply to self-defense, but also to living in the world we are in today. So here's my first question for you. What motivates you to train in self-defense and gain martial understanding?
Uh, Good question. Well, there's a couple of things that motivate me. One, my main motivation is my daughter's mother committed suicide, and I promised my daughter when she was 14 years old. She's 25, 26 now. I promised her that. I promised her when she was born, as a matter of fact, that I would not allow her to ever have to worry about anything. I'll always be there to protect her. Then, when her mother committed suicide, I promised her that I would not allow her to mourn two parents. Um, so, that is my motivation for life and my motivation for training for pragmatic purposes.
Okay.
Another reason I what motivates me to train is the deep research and understanding I gather from it, from the process of training and researching karate itself, the true essence of karate, Okinawan karate, which is more geared towards Goshin Jutsu, which is self-protection arts.
Hmm. Now I know you've had a whole there's a whole lineup of fantastic instructors that you've studied from. And do you still study?
Absolutely.
Do you still study from anyone today?
Yes, absolutely. Nori Asakuro Sensei, who is my guide. Um, I have studied with him since I was young under the Kudokai Association, which is his umbrella organization, which houses a variety of different styles of the martial sciences. Him being the head and then there being a bunch of different instructors underneath that umbrella, as prongs on that umbrella. Um, I study under Takeshi Okamura sensei and Aiki-Jujutsu. I studied judo under Nori Kudo sensei, um, as well as karate. I studied karate under Mark Whitley sensei. Um, and I now study 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu under Pat Campagnola. So yes, and I'm still in touch with every single one of them.
Fantastic. That's great. Now, you've written books. You're
Absolutely.
published.
Yes.
One of your most recent books, I have it right here. All right, Martial Advice for Training and Living, the UA Way, and UA, that stands for Underground Alliance. So
Yes,
you
sir.
mentioned, yeah. So you mentioned this book, Effortless Effort. Can you explain to us, what does effortless effort mean, and how does a person reach that level of physical ability?
All right. Well, understanding the martial sciences as a whole, doesn't matter what system you study. A system would be like karate is a system, Aiki-Jutsu is a system, uh, judo is a system, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a system, and they're all systems geared towards, if you study them in pragmatic fashion, through a pragmatic lens, to get you to a point where you can actually, uh, if you study for self-protection, protect yourself efficiently, um, and effortlessly. Um, so, and then there's different styles of those respective systems. You
Mm,
understand? So when you, let's say karate, for example, there's certain tools that we use within karate. Technique and tool is the same word. So a tool is designed to allow someone to fix something, help them fix something in an effortless manner. If it's just as hard with the tool as it is without the tool to fix the problem, what good is the tool?
mm,
The tool, and your understanding of the tool, how to use the tool, um, allows you to fix whatever problem effortlessly. For example, you go outside, you see your car tires flat, you grab your jack, you grab your tire iron. You can take the lugs off with the tire iron, right?
yeah,
Effortlessly. And you can lift a 2,000-pound object with the jack effortlessly.
yeah.
That's what the tool's designed for. So within your art, your martial science, um, understanding what that tool slash technique, same word, is for, its specific use and way of use will allow you to effortlessly deal with the threat. You see what I mean? It's
Mm,
a lot of times in my experience, in my 46 plus years training, people um, execute techniques without truly understanding the technique of the respective action. So it's still a hard endeavor, as opposed to truly studying the technique of the respective action and allowing them to effortlessly um, implement that technique.
mm. Yeah, great. Yeah, it makes me think about like posture and ergonomics, where we're trying to, maximize efficiency, minimize effort, so productivity is at its highest. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think I remember studying judo, that you're trying to make as much productivity with the least amount of effort all the time.
Absolutely. All arts are designed that way. Arts are a matter of majors and minors. For example, karate majors in striking, whether it's punching, kicking, open hand striking, all these different strikes, and minors and everything else. And it uses its minor to achieve its major. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
So we'll use a throw to off balance the person to successfully fell the opponent without falling ourselves, and then strike them when they're in that compromising position, worried about the balance issue, trying to address the balance issue.
Mhm.
We'll strike with our major. Um, and it's all effortless through that understanding of leverage and all those things. So everything that you study, the process of training itself is designed to help you explore those aspects of it instead of just going in and performing techniques over and over again and getting a good sweat.
Mhm.
We endeavor to go into our Martial Science Research Association, Hambu Dojo, and study um, the leverage points and the balance points and all these things that help us maximize our potential.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's so much that go along in the arts that that's what my new book discusses a lot about, as opposed to just getting a good sweat and really not learning anything.
Okay, great. Yeah, looking forward to it. So I got another question for you. For the people who don't study martial sciences, what advice do you have for them to support their physical endeavor or the confidence of keeping active?
Well, ultimately, it's about understanding one's goal in life, one desires in life. There's a certain saying that I quote, which is my dojo con, my school, almost like oath. It says, one is fueled by their heart, guided by their mind, actions are propelled by their desire. A true person of worth ensures that honor directs their every step, right?
Wow.
Um, so in that respect, a person's actions are propelled by their desire. If if they don't have the vehicle towards that type of enlightenment, such as the martial arts or martial sciences, whatever it is that motivates them or helps them achieve uh, or understand where they want to go in life, they need that thing, whatever it might be, whatever that motivation is, and then they need to understand what exactly is going to better their physicality for them, you know? So, like, I don't know, I exercise for myself. I don't for longevity of life. I make sure that I understand how my body works. I make sure it's not something I do within my dojo with my students. I don't believe in exercising my students for hours on end. Whatever we do for martial arts itself, the techniques are what we do for our fitness. You understand? But my personal exercise, I throw on my weight vest, I go for walks, I work on my posture, I work on my core stability, I work all these things because I want to be better. You know, I want to be around for my little girl. You know, so people need to find that motivation, um, whatever it might be that motivates them, whether it's they're taking care of their children or whatever it is,
Hmm.
and then set up their life in such a way where they're going to enhance that through their exercise or whatever routine they put together or have somebody put together for them. Seeing people like you who actually can teach them about their body and how to improve their body is very important.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I agree. Now, I've heard you say a couple times before, more than a couple, but I'm going to paraphrase just for the sake of this recording. But you mentioned that the most powerful thing that a person possesses is a focused mind, right?
Absolutely.
So, can you show us a brief example of something that you practice to help you focus your mind?
Uh, there's People living life, you know, and not giving up is you know waking up in the morning and thinking what I got to do that day, how certain obstacles are in my way, where it might block me from being able to complete my tasks, and then navigating those problems and successfully overcoming those problems is is my way of focusing myself. You understand? Doing things, just training itself. When I don't feel like getting up and going for a 4 mile speed walk with my 75 pound weight vest on, and I really don't feel like it, and I say, all right, I got to do this. And I work my way through that and I put it on and I'm dying the whole walk, but I finish and I feel good.
Mm.
I just took that step closer to focusing my mind to be able to get through anything. It's all those little things that we don't want to do, but we know we should do, and we actually do it. I don't specifically believe in uh, doing things. I let life and me conquering life every day motivate me and focus me. That's my focusing activity. And working out within my art, within my dojo, teaching my classes, working out is just a part of that process. Everybody um, has to find their niche. There's people who will never want to work out by going to a gym or joining a dojo or something like that. But I encourage people like that. All right, well, you got to go to the bank, and your bank is downtown and you live uptown. Instead of taking your car, leave 3 hours early and walk downtown, you know? And they
Mm.
say, oh, wow, that makes sense. And then they build up a desire, a strong mental desire to do that, and they start doing it. They slim down, build a little bit more muscle, they finish their chores, the things that they got to do, going to the bank and going to the doctor's office and going here, going there, and they got in shape doing it, and now their mind is a little bit more focused. It's things like that. Just way you attack life. It's what helps me, you know, as opposed to, a certain exercise or something like that. Everything I do, I look at as an exercise to help focus my mind.
That's great. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah. Shion Haskins, I really appreciate your time sharing your experience and knowledge and wisdom. Uh, Before we end this recording, would you like to take a moment to let our listeners know a little bit more about the Underground Alliance?
Absolutely. The Underground Alliance Martial Science Research Association is my dojo I built. It's been around. I established it officially in 1996. I was blessed with the opportunity to name my own association by Nori Kudo Sensei. Um, and we focus on pragmatic martial arts. Um, in order to reach me, 413-695-4978. Um, it's a private dojo. We're not really a commercial school. My my writings, Insight 101, The Way of Big Power, came out in 2012. Lightly discusses my views on martial arts in a lighthearted fashion, as well as teaches people in general how to get along with one another. And then Martial Advice for Training and Living the UA Way gets deep uh, into the problem with martial arts this day and age and offers the solution. Within our school, we explore a lot of pragmatic concepts, and we try to clear up all the misconceptions about martial arts that have been being perpetuated since the beginning of time. And the training and the expression of our technique is very unique, but I guarantee you it'll make sense to you, and you won't be able to dispute its effectiveness or the information itself. Um, and we're always around.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much. And I can attest to the fact that your school and training is not like any other around. And it's uh, it's a great experience to explore and to learn under you. So, Shion Haskins, I thank you again for your time, and look forward to speaking again real soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Louis.